Hey, who recognizes this?
Hold on.
Is that a program soundtrack?
It's a British band.
Oh, no. Okay.
You put your head down like you don't listen to British music.
Sorry.
You're like, oh, not South African? Forget about it.
No.
This is BS.
Can you hear that, Dustin? It's electric, so you probably won't hear it, but... There it is.
Do I want to know?
Welcome to the Honest Designers Show, your transparent look into life as a modern designer. My name's Tom Ross, and I'm the founder at designcuts.com. And this week I'm joined by my fellow Brit and hand lettering expert, Ian Barnard, American retro design expert, Dustin Lee, and the incredibly talented South African illustrator, Lisa Glanz. This week we're getting real personal. In a departure from the usual design chats, we chose to share some pretty personal things about ourselves so that you could get to know your regular hosts a little bit better. It gets weird, it gets kind of deep, and more than a little bit random. We hope you enjoy it, and without further ado, let's get into the show. This week we are going to be doing something entirely different. And I want to give forewarning here, because this is not particularly design related, not even marketing, business, freelancer related. This is narcissism, this episode.
Yes.
It's pure narcissism, because we thought we'd mix things up and basically share more about ourselves. We're quite a few episodes into this show. We thought this could be a fun, possibly interesting way to mix things up. Let you get to know us, your four hosts, each week a little bit better. Maybe there's some similarities, maybe there's some differences, maybe you can relate. Maybe you want to skip this episode and pick back up next week when we're actually going to help you with design stuff, and you couldn't care less about us and our lives, and that's totally fine too.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like the elephant in the room because it was something we all had in common, which is we all love talking about ourselves. Why could we not do an episode on
speak
it?
for yourself, buddy.
I'm sure. I feel it can help with design because it might be something related to it.
No, I'm going pure. In fact, let's ban design as a topic. I want this episode to be, what was the mythological dude who stared at his reflection in the water and then drowned?
Oh, narcissist or narcissa?
Yeah, it's Narcissus something. That wasn't his name.
Narcissus.
It wasn't
like that.
Narcissus. It normally had a sussus at the end.
Narcissus.
Anyway, that is basically the visual I want everyone to have in mind throughout this episode. It's going to be us gazing at each other. In fact, right now we're on video chat. If I could somehow get it just to mirror myself back at me.
You can do that.
Can you? Right,
You
okay.
can,
Let me
yeah.
play this
You can just pin your face so no one else.
And just know while each person is talking, all the other people are thinking of what they're going to say about themselves.
Is that not what you normally do on an episode?
That's what I always do.
It's when the four of us talk over each other at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, back to me. Okay.
This is going well.
Yeah, superbly. So, I think maybe to mix it up, we are going to do something that we do internally here at Design Cuts with interviewees. We did it with some guests today, which included Michelle Hickey, if anyone knows her, talented designer and blogger, where basically the team just fire random silly questions as a way to get them to open up. But obviously, if you guys want to go off on a tangent, I have no idea how this is going to work. But as I say, for the small, and I mean very minute part of our audience that actually
Give it
listen to
damn.
this show because they like us and care about us instead of just want to extract some information out of it, this is going to be a smorgasbord of indulgence for you. So without further ado, Dustin, if you had to be any one of the Spice Girls, which one would it be and why?
Man, you're assuming a lot. You're assuming I know a lot about Spice Girls.
I am. You have 2 young daughters. I know it's before
I
that
had a
time.
crush on Ginger Spice.
Oh, okay.
So
Given that you're a narcissist, you want to fancy yourself.
Yeah, for sure. She was definitely the cutie in my opinion. But what's that one that married that, like, didn't one of them marry some tennis player?
Soccer player?
Soccer player? That's right. Whatever.
Are you talking about
David Beckham.
Posh and Becks, who are like an English staple?
Oh, right. Sorry, I don't follow football. Whatever
What
it
is
is.
football?
Okay.
I'll be her. I feel like she has the longevity going on.
And you've got a bit of a thing for David Beckham, so that fits.
Who doesn't? All right.
Bit of a soft spot. Oh, big time. Isn't he dreamy? Okay, how about a more relevant question? What would we all do if we weren't designers and we weren't doing what we're currently doing?
Oh, I'd be a forensic.
Hold on, have we done this question?
I don't think so.
I automatically knew that.
Because I'm sure, Ian, you've said, haven't you? Is this horrendous deja vu? Because Ian, you said about you said about like being a stuntman and that kind of stuff, or maybe it's just you who's answered this.
That was something I was trying to pursue at the end of school.
Okay, which I love. I love that.
But then the careers teacher told me I had to be qualified in 11 different sporting activities.
Okay.
And
Holy. Yeah, exactly. You know what? They can be wrong.
they can be, but when you have to have those qualifications, then it's a
bit rigid. Okay, so if qualifications and money were no object, would that be it? You'd be a stuntman right now.
The thing is, it's probably one of those things where I like get into it and I'm like, well, actually, I don't like to hurt myself.
Have you got this as like a hidden talent, by the way? Like next time you visit our office, you could do parkour and like throw yourself about the place, and everyone would be like, "Where did that
Not
come
on
from?"
purpose. It'd be like I trip over something. You know those Naked Gun films where it was like everything just like goes wrong. I'm a bit like that, where I trip over something, whereas everyone else just trip over something and that's it. I trip over it, then there'd be a series of events where things would fall down and I like spill everything. Like I'm in the kitchen and I'm like trying to pour some ground coffee into like the percolator. And I'm like, steady. Oh, it's all over it's everywhere. It's all over the floor.
This sounds like you are completely unsuitable to be a stuntman. Clumsiness is surely a complete blocker. Forget qualifications.
Yeah, I think I'd be an unintentional stuntman. Like,
you do realise literally the job of a stuntman is not getting hurt so that the actor doesn't have to get hurt. You're talking about accidentally hurting yourself. I think what you're alluding to is that of a circus clown.
No, but even a circus clown does it on purpose.
That's true.
I just go along and I'm just really clumsy. Like
you could be one of those people that claims if they fall over on the pavement and sue the shop they're outside.
Oh, yeah.
That could be it.
That's cool.
I for my driving test, I passed it even to the point I got back to the test centre. Even in the car park, I'd passed it, and then I crashed into the test centre wall.
What? What? So hold on, did they revoke it? They were like literally.
He literally had to say, you didn't really want to do that, did you? I have to fail you. But
and did he fail you?
He had to. I crashed.
Oh, bloody hell! That is so unfair.
It was so bad. I got home and I saw my mum and I just burst out laughing.
When I did my car
so
my driving test, the guy's in the car and I go to a light and I drive right in the middle of the crosswalk. It's for people to walk, and the people had to walk around the car into the traffic.
Nice.
What time did you
And I
pass
still
it?
passed.
You passed.
Wow.
I passed.
I passed third time, and the first time was just me being a crap driver. The second time, a white van like cut me up horrendously because they saw I was on my test and they tried to screw me over.
Oh, that's nasty.
And even though I
It's always a white
reacted,
van.
Yeah, seriously. And even though I reacted fine, my driving instructor was like, technically, because I had to shout stop, even though I knew you had it under control, I have to fail you because I had to intervene. I was like, thanks a bunch. So yeah,
That is so wrong.
third time's the charm.
Oh man, I also failed my first driving test. I did it when I drove for about 4 or 5 years without a driver's license to work and back. Sorry.
Wait, what?
What?
Like illegal?
Hello. This was a
Yeah, someone called the fuzz.
I only got my driver's license I think when I was like 21 or 22, and you can get it here when you're 18, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so
okay.
for about so what is that? 3, 4 years, whatever. Yeah.
Are you driving on your own? Because you can drive with someone else in the car.
Oh no, I didn't even have my learner's license.
What?
Lisa,
That's a misdemeanor, ma'am.
yeah, we're meant to open up on this, not admit to criminal activity.
We might have to get the legal
Are you
team
trying
involved.
to tell me you've never heard of anyone doing that, and are you trying to tell me you never did that once?
I
You
can
didn't drive-
see
No.
in like
That's
the
against the
wide.
law, man. No.
Yeah, we're straight edge, okay, Lisa. I could totally see in like the wide open expanse of parts of South Africa that working. In England, like pretty much no one does that because
There's no wide open space between here and town. Trust me. It's
Okay, well, in that
traffic
case-
lights traffic.
You literally could lose your license and then not be able to drive at all if you did that in this country.
Well, I mean,
So-
they didn't know I was driving around, so I innocently went and I got my tried to get my driver's license
Mhm.
without doing the whole. I don't know. We have this thing called K53 or something.
Sorry, were you just amazing at your test then? So that the
No.
first time you took your test, you're like, been doing this for years, all right?
They were like,
Well,
it's a good thing you haven't been driving.
No, you know what the problem is? Because I didn't know I didn't go to a driving school, so I
Yeah.
didn't know all the like legal things you had to do. So when it came to a
Clearly.
3-point turn, which I didn't really know what a 3-point turn was, all I knew that I had to turn around. So I did it like in one go because I can.
Spun it up and two will. Were you?
She just
And then-
reversed and then like spinning round.
Yeah,
and
some
then failed
Ian
me.
Barnard style driving. Wall ain't gonna stop me. So had you picked up loads of bad habits? You know, like now quite often I drive with one hand on the wheel because I've been doing it for ages.
pretty much. So then I got smart the next test, and
Yeah.
I think I took 2 lessons with somebody
Yeah.
to tell me what they expect.
Yeah, how
And
do I
passed.
drive safely and legally?
Yeah.
Thanks very much. 10 and 2, please.
Oh,
This is
that's something else
scandalous, Lisa.
I could do. No ways. That's something else I could do if I wasn't an illustrator. It was a racing car driver for sure.
So
I'd love to do that.
hold on, not only were you illegally driving, by the sound of it, you're driving rather quickly as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, so just for all the listeners out there, we've had months and months of this. Sweet Lisa Glands. We've had comments from people, oh, leave Lisa alone. You're picking on her a bit. She's the only girl. This is
Yes, I
this-
still am the only
No,
girl.
but this is the Lisa we know. She's not a delicate flower. She's the badass of the group.
And you don't
Oh,
hear it
come
before the
on.
recording starts. This whole facade you guys hear is not the true Lisa Glands. She doesn't even have that cute little accent. She sounds more like, I don't know, like some.
Like
She
what?
sounds like a. I don't even know.
She's from East London, really.
Yeah, her voice is like at least an octave lower. She's a chain smoker.
Yeah.
No.
She's not doing the work. Her husband Cliff is actually doing all the work for her. So
That's true.
she's on
That
the call.
is true.
Cliff, go and sell some more bunnies now. And then she jumps on the show. She's like, "Oh, hello, guys. I'm just building my brand. I'm the face of the operation."
She's like, "Oh, we're not recording yet. Never mind."
I
Sure.
don't know, people.
All right,
Uh,
not so sweet, Lisa
Oh.
Glands. What question do you have? What would you love to know about the group?
why are you so nasty to me? No, I'm kidding.
Bullies are attracted by weakness.
Oh, bloody hell! Shit. You know what? If I were you,
Mm.
I would hope that we never meet in real life.
We are going to meet, and
Whoa.
I'm going to give you a
I
great
know.
big cuddle and buy a glass of
know.
wine.
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Oh, there's wine.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I've got to sweeten you up.
What do I want to know about you? Oh, yes. What time do people wake up?
Ooh,
In the
that's a good
morning.
one. That's a good one. I am remarkably late. I think, especially given the job title of CEO, right? I feel guilt about this. We're all meant to get up at 5 a.m.
Huh?
Apparently. I tend to get up between like 7:30 and 8. Mainly on the back of, you guys know I was super sick for quite a while, and it was like horrendously bad every morning. So it's kind of become ingrained in me that in the mornings I feel terrible. And even now, I'm A, not naturally a morning person, I'm a night owl, and B, I still have residual things of not always feeling 100% in the morning. So that's my time where I kind of get on top of things from home, like do a bit of work from home, and then hit the ground running once I get into the office, and then evening I can work through. So not early.
So you like open your eyes at like 7:38, or you get out of bed 7:38?
More or less both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Ian?
So I get up at 7, or like last night got up at like 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, because my son was just having some nightmares and stuff. I get up about 7. The alarm goes off at 7. This is like now we're back into school term. 7 o'clock, I go downstairs, make banana pancakes for the kids.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Lucky kids.
Yeah.
They're my speciality now. I don't make much, but I can make a bean banana pancake.
Sounds so nice.
And yeah, and so the kids get up with them, and we have breakfast, get them ready. It's mainly just trying to get. Oh, it's mainly my wife trying to get me and the kids ready.
It's not something you should be admitting.
Do you like hold your arms up in the air and she pulls a shirt over you?
Comes and wipes my face.
There's like a mess of banana pancake stuff. It just
absolutely. Like every morning, the kitchen's just pancakes.
Ian's like the hero to his kids and the villain to his wife.
Yeah.
Does she pack you a lunch with a note in it that you take down to your studio?
Yes.
Amazing.
No, don't worry. And so because my wife walks the kids to school, so she leaves about like 8:15, and then I like to go off and just listen to music, go for a walk, listen to music, and then I come back and start work. Or no, I'll make a coffee and then I'll start work after I've already had another coffee when I first get up. And then I just go down to the studio and procrastinate for most of the day, and then about 5 to 5 I start.
I saw you procrastinated yesterday and literally organized your books.
Yeah, that's what happens when I procrastinate. I can find, like, I've done a lot of jobs in the house lately because I've been procrastinating so well.
Yeah.
I like like most of the studio got done over the past couple of weeks, so I was really struggling to focus. So I thought I'll make it messy and I'll have to tidy up again because I can't focus on the work I've got to do. I've got to do a talk, so I don't find English. I don't find the written word. I always find it weird saying I find it difficult to talk, like, because I do writing all day.
Yeah.
I find it hard to communicate what's in my head onto paper.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds weird as well, because that's what I do for a job.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know what you mean.
That should be your Twitter bio or your Instagram bio.
I find this real difficult, so appreciate it. How about you, Dustin?
Give me the likes.
Give me the likes.
Okay, so I wake up just slightly earlier than you, Tom. I wake up like between 6:30 and 7, because our girls are at an age where they always end up in our room sleeping with us, either on the ground, or one of them likes to insert herself between us in the bed.
Oh,
yeah.
In
the
so
morning.
I wake up between like I'll wake up for sure with like little Mia between us.
Mm-hmm.
Will she get in there with you sleep, so you won't know until you're woken up that she's there?
Yeah, except for anyone with kids will understand, like, most kids go through a stage where they lay in bed with you when they sleep, and they all do different letters of the alphabet with you. So it makes sense in a second. So ours does an H, which means I'm here, I'm on the left-hand side, my wife's on the right-hand side, vertical, and then our daughter goes horizontal, creating an H, where we're both pushed to the far edges, about to fall off the bed, and she takes the entire bed, even though she's 2 years old. So I wake up when basically it hits critical mass in terms of screaming and arguments over unicorn toys. Yeah.
Cute. Yeah.
So they're like little alarm clocks. And then I go downstairs and I make them breakfast typically, or sometimes I tell them Daddy has a lot of work to do, and they stay upstairs and play.
Nice. How about you, Lisa?
Nice. Yeah, I normally wake up at about 7:30. But we have the same situation as you, Dustin, but it's with animals. So our cats are. It's amazing how long a cat can get. So, yeah.
Are they good for stopping drafts at the bottom of doors? That's what I picture.
The one would be good for that, definitely. Yeah, so invariably my dog then asks to come up on the bed in the morning.
Asks? Your dog may one jump on the bed?
Rouge me.
She gets this like look and starts wagging her tail, and then I have to pick her up because she's got bad legs. So then she lies with us, and then I get up, shower, come down, feed them. It's much like having kids, I guess, but maybe not as noisy. I don't know.
Hairier.
Yeah. And then I walk her and come back, make a coffee, and go to work.
When do you use the swimming pool?
Only in summer.
What time does the butler bring you breakfast?
Jeez. I don't have a butler. So you see now in South Africa, having a swimming pool is extremely common. Extremely common.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
I mean, yeah, in the UK, it's like, I suppose it's non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it happens, it's like, what's the point?
Well, this will really answer the question. Do you have an infinity pool or a regular pool?
What the hell's an infinity pool?
It's one where when you're in it, it looks like it goes on forever because like the edge pours over slightly.
Oh, that. Yeah, but you need to have like a really big mansion for that. You need like
you have a castle on top of a cliff, so it would work perfect for it.
Where
Do you
did
have
you get that from?
You're not answering the question. Do you have an infinity pool?
I do not have an infinity pool.
Only in the
We'll see about
sense that she owns so much land, the pool goes on literally forever. But it doesn't go over the edge.
Exactly that.
All right, here's the question. What talents do people have outside of design? Could be a hidden talent, could be a obvious talent.
Can it be something that you think you're good at, but you're not?
Referencing the other
Yeah, I got a few of them. Lisa, dancing, I know.
Yeah, I do dancing. I love cooking.
Like,
I make
hold on, just to interject. You dance like high level though, because you kind of glossed over that.
Well, not really high level. I mean, I guess high level, like for the average man on the streets. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but
weren't you involved in some like national level dancing thing or something?
Yeah. So
yeah. I guess I'm just.
We have to extract all this from her. See, she always tries to like underplay it.
Yeah, I'm just a touch above the average man on the street with my national level dancing. Unless the man on the street you're passing is Michael O'Flatley, I think that might be an understatement.
Well, I used to do. I still do Latin and ballroom dancing, but I used to compete.
Good God, I need to reassess my life.
I know.
It's fun. It's really fun for a girl because you get to like dress up and wear fancy clothes and feathers and glitter and things like that.
Have you got old footage anyway?
Or current footage? Any sort of footage?
I
might, but
again, whatever you feel comfortable. But I swear your Instagram followers would be like, "What?" if it was like glittered Lisa Glands. Like,
I feel like this does not fit with the bunnies at all. It's going to be this scandalous, crazy thing.
I'll be the tall, skinny chick, like dancing around the floor. Yeah.
Are you tall?
Well, yeah, I think I'm tall for a girl.
Oh my gosh, I always pictured you being like super, super short.
Like,
How tall are you?
6, 7.
No, you see, I don't measure stone and pounds.
Oh, here we go. Hold on.
What?
Let me get the
calculator.
yeah.
Okay, so it's 1.75 meters.
That is quite tall. I'm only 1.85 meters. I think
1.75 meters in
that's 8.
feet.
That's 5'9". That's quite tall.
Oh wow.
Well, okay, well, I might have shrunk in my age.
That's tall.
Uh-huh.
It's not that tall, but it's tall. I mean, I've been tall my whole life, obviously.
It's a little tall.
God, that sounded really stupid.
You
but
sounded so disapproving, Dustin. That's a little tall for me, actually. I'm not sure I can get on board with this whole height thing.
I'm just under 6 foot, 182, so not far off me. Tom's
That's really tall.
Tom's like knocks his head on the ceiling.
Yeah. What am I in centimeters? Yeah, I'm over 190 centimeters.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think Dustin's similar. You shocked me about that.
No,
I thought
Dustin's
you were a stunted American gentleman. It turns out you're a giant.
Yeah, I'm almost 6'2".
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't think that you were that tall when I met you.
Yeah. We need to get this down because when we meet and do a conference panel, we need to arrange in height order.
So we like a whole bunch of tall people. We'll be like these 4 giants walking.
Freaks of nature.
I feel that's going to be good for the brand. It would be easy to spot in a crowd if we are at a conference.
I can see like a slow-mo coming,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. You need to wear heels.
Push people out of the way with our shoulders.
Lisa, if you wear massive heels, we're going to have an average height of like 6'2".
Wow.
So 190. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Lisa, anything else? Hidden talents?
I enjoy cooking. I think I'm pretty fair at that. I make a mean pizza from scratch.
Pizza.
Oh, that sounds so good.
I'm good at making bread.
Do you not say pizza?
Pizza. Well, what do I say? What did I say? Pizza.
This is like Stewie and Family Guy. Cool Whip.
What?
Pizza.
Piping hot pizza.
What's wrong with pizza?
Oh, South African
What do you
style.
say? Pizza. What do you say?
Pizza.
Pizza? Isn't that what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it kind of is. You said it. Had a weird inflection.
It sounded good to me.
Pizza.
As an American where pizza was created.
Yeah. Yeah, because sure. Yeah, Americans generally like every time on TV whenever there's a pizza in the shot, it looks like you guys are eating the cardboard. It just looks horrendous.
Oh no. Just dishing
Sorry,
out.
Dustin, but it does.
You know we got enough going on here. You know it's been hard enough for us, Lisa. You don't kick us in the nuts while we're down.
But ironically, it's but Jamie Oliver is he's British, isn't he?
He is.
Yes. Yeah. So it was his recipe that I took on,
Mm.
and I have transformed it into a whole bunch of things.
Wow.
Like seriously.
Was it like a recipe for ice cream and you've transposed that to
No,
pizza somehow?
he's been no.
Is that the one you use at Semolina?
No. It's just a normal, his standard bread dough. Like it's so easy. Anyway, yeah. Now we're talking about food, which I love.
I do love food. Dustin, how about you, man? Talents.
I was really hoping I had one, but I don't think I do. I mean, I can play guitar pretty good.
Yeah,
but it's
your
not
guitar.
It's not really a talent as much as I just practiced a lot and got good at it.
Let's call it talent for the purpose of today.
What do you call it when people are just good at something?
A natural talent.
Oh yeah. Okay, my talent is guitar. I could do this pretty good. Little selection.
I feel like you played the simplest thing in the world there to show your talent.
I just made a bunch of noise. Okay, here, I'll play a little bit of... Oh, wait, what we were doing before. Ready? Okay, give me a beat. Here we go. Little Arctic Monkeys. Wait, do we have to pay now that we use that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Coming out of your pocket.
Nice.
Coming out of your pocket. I like it. Ian?
apart from the fist in the mouth, which I did.
Sorry, mate. I shouldn't even have asked because that is talent.
That is.
You're not going to top fist in the mouth.
I just have too much elasties in my.
That's amazing.
I can't understand that.
In my skin of my cheeks and stuff is just really elasticated.
Wow.
And so,
well, when you did that, it did like literally loosely, like just like lift off of your bones.
Yeah, you're like Mrs. Incredible.
I was like third choice for Face Off for that qualification.
Oh my god, that's
so
amazing.
Cool, dude.
I don't know if it's cool is the right word for it.
Are you going to find it offensive if next time I see you, I just grab your face?
Just give it.
It reminds me of in Jurassic Park when, what's that animal? I think it's a raptor where like its thing bursts up like that before it shoots the poison.
That is freaky, Dustin. I literally thought that and then just didn't say it as he did that.
Yes.
That popped in my head. And that thing gave me nightmares for 3 weeks straight. Like I could not sleep.
Yeah, that thing is freaky.
So, Tom, if we share a room, I'll make sure I don't puff up in the middle of
it. So, just to confirm, Ian, it's only when you get scared that your face expands out at rapid speed.
It's to look bigger. It's like it's a a survival
defense
thing.
mechanism. Yeah. So again, when we're meeting up at Creative South or whatever, no one make any sudden movements or startle them.
I do jump very easily. Like my kids find it funny, so they just try and scare me all the time.
Oh god, it's like a human liquefy tool.
All right, wait, what about you, Tom? Wait, did you already tell us your talent?
No, again, I'm not really sure I have one. Poor guitar player.
Pretty good.
I think I'm trying to break into an ironic rap karaoke career right now.
Whoa.
So
okay, can we hear some?
No.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This is on the back of a friend's 30th where we were all doing karaoke and it descended into like awkward middle class white boys doing hip hop, but was the most fun ever. So I'm probably going to grace. We're doing some Design Cuts Carpool karaoke coming up soon. So
nice.
Might need to get some Snoop D-O-double-G going there. Yeah, I don't know. I think honestly, I tend to naturally be to an extent talented at creative things, but not to an extent where I'm like really good, just where I think it gives me a natural leg up. So like I can go and make a video or do a drawing or just create something easier than the average person. But in most cases, I haven't put in the years of practice to get really good, like Lisa, for example.
But I mean, I've seen some of your drawings. They're brilliant. So,
they're definitely not brilliant, but they're all right. So like you saw the eye sketch I did.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like probably your average person couldn't draw that, but to a seasoned illustrator, it's crap.
Okay, I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as crap.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like you have to practice at these things. But I think
sure.
It's interesting to tune into what you naturally lean towards, and for me, it's always making something. Like I could go and make a music video to an okay degree, I would like to think, but I couldn't go and be a mathematician.
You never know.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Okay, I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that is very popular right now that annoys you, that you hate?
Ooh. Okay, obviously no politics.
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say no politics. I've kind of got one. Although I tend to not let stuff annoy me too much because I just think, well, go pay attention to something that you do like. But I would say like really trashy reality TV.
Oh yes.
Where it's like brainless dross.
Can you name a show that like embodies that?
Kardashians. And sorry to all the Kardashian fans out there. I know they're very addictive to watch. And even I find I start getting sucked into it. But I always walk away being like, that literally has not benefited my life. It's probably just giving me worst perspective on life. Along those lines, with the reality shows, it's where it might be on in the background. Unfortunately, my girlfriend watches some of this stuff. Don't know why. Apparently it's to turn off, right? You turn your brain off because it's brainless. But it stresses me out where it's like on and they're screaming at each other and fighting, and that's meant to be entertainment.
It's terrible.
I find it like so stressful. It's like I wouldn't want to be around that in real life. If people like screaming in each other's faces and stuff, I'd be like, oh God, I need to get away from that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's terrible. It's not very uplifting at all.
No.
Yeah.
I've just realised this was meant to be a like get to know the host better, and we're kind of just
we're going down a weird
we're just chatting about nonsensical topics, but at least it's our personal views on them.
Exactly.
Hey, I think something you don't like that's popular is something about you. It says a lot about you. I feel like I learned a lot about you from that.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I'm being very negative.
What about you, Dustin?
Well, I'm not a big fan of this pineapple thing. I don't really understand it. It seems like they're popping up everywhere.
What,
but
pineapples in general?
Yeah, but something that you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're everywhere.
Sorry.
Maybe it's even an American thing. Like there's pineapples in Target everywhere. There's like pineapple sculptures, pineapple.
Oh, do you mean on like
lights?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
like okay.
I thought you meant the
I'm with
fruit.
you.
You're like, you know what really grinds my gears? Grapefruits. Like,
that's
No. The pineapple trend. I don't understand it. I don't know why these pineapples are everywhere. It's weird to me. But something that doesn't really bother me. I'm like, fine, whatever. If you like pineapples, go for it.
Sounds like it really does bother you, which is hilarious.
Well, it's just like I don't understand how it happened.
Yeah.
But probably what does bother me, and this has actually caused some tension in my family, with relatives, is selfie face, where it tends to be females that do it, where you take the shot and then you do like a.
Oh, yeah.
You purse your lips together.
The pout.
Yeah, they pucker their lips a little.
Yeah, so like I have a sister-in-law who does that in her photos, and I never like them, like purely out of like I have like a boycott on that face. And she's like, why don't you ever like my photos? And I'm like, I refuse. Like I will not like positively reinforce like selfie face. But
I think for me, the most awkward thing is when you see it being done, because the end result is obviously made to be framed. It still looks a bit silly, but it's framed in the right way. Whereas if you see someone in like a busy airport, which I actually did see this, and they're there and they're on take number 27, and they're like doing a slightly more intense pout than take number 26, and they're contorting their whole face, and everyone's staring at them like, what on earth are you doing? And they're completely oblivious to their surroundings. That makes me physically like cringe.
What is it though? Do you guys know? I literally, why does this happen?
You sound like such a granddad.
I'm curious why this happens.
Ever taken a selfie of themselves? So don't look at me.
I mean, sometimes I take it from an angle, so like because if you ever like turn your phone on and you have it down like this, then it gives you this weird job of the hot look at yourself.
Yeah.
So like, I tried. It's the worst, right? So when I take a picture, I kind of try to go up an angle a little bit. Feel like I look better that way. I get that people tend to do that, but what's with the? I don't understand.
I think it's just about the kind of, again, the reality TV culture of it's all aesthetics and they see the influencers who are making a living essentially being beautiful, so that's what they aspire to. On a side note, I almost do the opposite, and I go for straight / slightly low angle because I've naturally got such a thin chin that if I do the high angle, I look like a carrot. it like narrows my chin. So it's a good job I'm tall and most people are looking up at me and not down. Otherwise they'd be like, who's that short bloke with the carrot head?
Because I feel like I always see myself from below. I'm like, oh!
Instead of a pineapple, you can start a carrot tree.
Exactly. Yeah, hold on, wait, look at this. So like that is right, but if it goes down, so it goes quite narrow.
Oh, you're right.
Little carrot head.
Don't do that again.
We could take a screenshot of that and then put a little carrot top on his.
Turn me orange. Yeah, if I get a fake tan and dye my hair green, carrot head.
Okay, I'm very curious about Ian because I feel like Ian does not like Ian. I respect him for this. You're always very positive.
Yeah,
you don't say bad words. You're very positive.
No,
you're really living your faith, doing a good job at that. But you have to come clean now. What's driving you bananas? What's driving you bananas, Ian?
Well, what's driving me bananas at the moment?
Bananas.
Bananas. Oh, I love bananas.
Pineapples, carrots, and bananas.
And no softies. Like you can't say like I don't like when my pen runs out of ink or something like.
What do I like? There are things I don't like.
This is going to be something like really vicious and unexpected now. American people, like.
Oh, that's a given. That's a given.
People don't read the description of my when I put in. I make an effort to put in every post what I'm using, what the app is, and all that, and then I get the first comment is, "What app are you using?" And I'm just like, I try so hard. I try so hard.
That seems like that would be so annoying with 300,000+ followers.
Yeah.
You probably get so many messages like that. Then they're like, whatever, you think you're better than me and don't even answer to tell me your pen? You jerk. Unfollow.
Freaking jerk. Oh, on like a kind of incongruous thing, which I hate. No, innocuous thing that I hate, rather. You'll relate to this, Dustin. When a guitar string breaks, like if you're tuning it, especially, and it gets tighter and tighter, and suddenly it snaps and it feels like it's going to ping and hit you in the eye. Like genuinely, that is for me. That's like the nails on a chalkboard, like cotton wool. Like it's a horrible feeling.
I'm a jumpy rascal, so when it does it, I'm like, it really scares me. It freaks me out.
Love the self-description, jumpy rascal. That sounds like a hip hop artist.
Maybe I should make that my new name, Jumpy Rascal.
That's so good. Okay, how about something that you love?
That make it positive, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It's not design related. Doesn't have to be what you're good at. Just some little thing in life that you absolutely love.
I really love the smell of certain things because they were. I don't know. Do you guys have that? Like, some things remind you of like childhood stuff, or yeah. So for me, it's like, when it rains on a hot day, it's like rains on the tar. Is that like smell?
That's a good
things
one.
like, things like braai. You guys won't know what that is. It's like a barbecue.
Sorry, it just occurred to me we're collectively writing our own dating profiles here.
That's so good. Exactly. Yeah. So
long walks on the
smell
beach.
of a braai is like, it's like summer.
Wait, a braai?
Yeah, we call it a braai. It's like a barbecue, but it's a barbecue that's way better than a barbecue.
Okay.
I thought she said brine, which is what tuna comes in.
Yeah.
Oh no!
One of the worst smells.
No. And dog's feet. I love this one.
I have to say, you've never had barbecue in the South, and to all the people in the United States that live in the South, I think they would venture to say you need to try it before you can know.
It is really good. I'd fly to Creative South just for the barbecue, or just for the food there.
But do you? Is it gas? Is it gas like cooked, or is it like a proper fire and
flame grill?
Proper fire and smoker.
Oh,
sometimes a smoker too.
Mm-hmm.
With different wood chip combinations and all sorts of stuff, so you don't.
But is it like a machine, or is it like literally a hole in the ground that you thrown like, logs?
It's like a big, massive black, like barrel,
to me,
barrel sort of thing.
I mean, I think that's cool, and I think you can achieve like really good things like that. But for me, a proper braai, that's what we call here, is like literally a piece of ground, some wood. You light it up, it burns down to coals. You put your grid on, and you braai.
Sounds delicious.
You're making me hungry. I haven't had dinner yet.
And we get creative here. Like, I'm sure in the South, I've seen some of the stuff that they make. It's like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we also get like really creative. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so to wrap up, what is a super quick but incredibly random fact about each of us?
Hey, wait. Well, we only got one person to say what they like.
Yeah, I know, but we're running out of time. We can finish on the like thing or the random fact. I don't mind.
Nah. Wait, no. Nah. Tom. Nah.
Here's a random fact. I've been to Darth Vader's house.
Darth Vader's not real.
Wow.
That's a good fact.
Sorry,
Was he your father?
Oh, he was real. The person who played him. So the original Darth Vader was played by two people. It was the voice of James L. Jones.
Yeah.
And the body of I can remember his name, who used to be the Green Cross Code Man in the UK. Really tall guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was working for Mercedes Owner magazine, so it's like a magazine for a magazine club for those who got Mercedes and like everything Mercedes. Sense. Me and one of the other designers went to the house or the editor to interview him, and I sat in his lounge, had a cup of tea, and he showed me this 3-foot cast bronze statue of Darth Vader that he had, and he showed me the car that he bought off R2D2, which was a Mercedes.
Dude, that's so cool.
And he gave me a signed photo of himself, which I've got somewhere. So
that's cool.
That was pretty cool. Wasn't expecting, it's because you're doing something that's not initially connected to that, the Star Wars series, and you just you end up at this famous character's house having a cup of tea.
That's cool.
I will jump in with my random fact off the back of that. Don't judge. Never seen Star Wars.
Well, let's stop recording now, shall we?
It's pretty much the reaction of my business partners.
Is there a reason for that? Is there just you'd never got around to it, or?
I think I grew up in a house where my parents weren't into sci-fi at all, and then as I've got older, I'll enjoy some degree of sci-fi movies, but I guess Star Wars and Star Trek and stuff now feels a bit dated to get into. So it's like if I got into it when it came out, it would have blown my mind, but now it just feels a bit.
Yeah, it is.
Wacky.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I love it. And what you need to do then is instead watch the bad lip reading of Yoda and Luke Skywalker, because they do an amazing job. They turn a scene with these two main characters and they lip sync exactly to a song called Seagulls, and it's just a hilarious thing.
I'll check it out. There's also a ruder version where they get Bricktop from Snatch by Guy Ritchie, and they cut him over Darth Vader. So he's using the Force to strangle people. And he's like, "Do you know what Nemesis means? Feed him to the pigs." Dustin?
Okay, so since we're talking about celebrities, that's what's on top of my mind. I once got to hang out with Gwen Stefani for 30 minutes.
Wow.
How come?
I was in the San Jose airport, and there was this is when they first got big, and there was this girl wearing tons of makeup sitting on a little box, like a little makeup box. And I was like, wow, she's really into ska music. She looks like she's trying to look like Gwen Stefani. But she was just sitting there. And then all of a sudden, I noticed some people were coming up getting signatures from her. And I was like, oh, whoa, that is Gwen Stefani. And I went up and I talked to her, and I was really into music as a teenager, being in a band and stuff. And she was like, and she let me sit down with her, and she talked to me until she had to board her flight.
Did you give any pearls of wisdom that you can remember?
Was she nice as well?
She was very nice. I mean, yeah, she was very nice. And she mostly talked about what it was like. Because I said, oh, wow, you're so famous. I didn't know. That's what I was thinking. And she was like, I'm not that famous. And then she just started talking about what it was like. Just what her life was like. But no pearls of wisdom. Mostly
she just talked about herself. We should get her on the show.
She mostly said I fly everywhere and have passes around my neck, and I go behind places, and then we play a show, and then I fly somewhere, and that's my life.
Go behind places. Okay.
Well, they have the backstage. She's constantly wearing the little, what are they called?
Lanyards.
Yeah. Amazing. Lisa, how about you to close things off?
Oh, I thought I already had my turn.
Did you? What, random facts?
Random fact.
I mean, no pressure. This is going to end this random episode.
Yeah, it's not a random fact.
Anything happened when you were a child?
She grew up.
I don't know. That's debatable if I have grown up. I don't know. Can't think of anything. Believe it or not.
Oh no!
You can't think of a random fact?
Oh, well, it's pretty boring, but
Go on, let's end on a really dull note.
I love reading crime novels.
Oh, sorry. We're back to dating profile as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I love crime drama and forensic stuff and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Does that include CSI and stuff, or just books?
No, I actually don't enjoy the CSI series, believe it or not. I find it a little bit too flashy. Not real.
Just for the YouTube watchers, do you mind whipping off your glasses in a CSI way?
Oh no, I'm not doing that. Are you crazy?
Can you name a movie you recommend in that genre that you think is really great?
No, because they're mostly bad. Sorry.
Okay, well,
I read a lot. I read a lot of them. I don't really watch a lot of movies. I have to be honest.
Okay, how about book?
Okay, so I love Dean Koontz. He's like, I know he's not really crime, but I love Dean Koontz, and he's done a whole series recently with Jane Hawke, which is like a crime kind of thing. She's an FBI chick who's gone rogue. But yeah, I want to be Jane Hawke.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's a good ending note.
Okay. I was going to finish on like, what's your favorite book? Because that might sum up what. Because like for me, my favorite book is High Fidelity by Nick Hornby, and
it's a good one.
It was made into a movie with Jack Black and
the movies.
John
Cusack. Yeah.
The movies are often like a disappointment.
Yeah, I like reading the book then watching the movie because I'm like, oh, you know what? The thing is, it was an English book and then they made it American, so that automatically changed it completely. So
I can imagine. Yeah.
Well, I thank you for listening, guys. I hope you got to know us a little bit better through these random questions.
And we're ready to be dated. I mean,
yeah. Lisa's looking for a single white female, apparently. I can't believe they used to say that on dating profiles, like specify race as nuts.
Or for Christmas presents, please everybody send Lisa secondhand Dean Koontz novels. Let's see if we can send her like a truckload, like 10,000.
Oh, I'd never say no. I've probably read them all, but I'll never say no.
You're gonna come to regret that.
Yeah, if you made it this far though,
well done.
We both apologise and salute you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh goodness.
We'll see you next time. Normal programming will be resumed.
Yes.
Bye from us. We'll see you then.
Bye.
See you later.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's rather unconventional episode. We hope that you enjoyed getting to know us a little bit better, and we'd love to learn more about you if you hit us up on social media and let us know your personal facts. As always, you can find full show notes over at honestdesigners.com or find us over on iTunes and now Spotify by searching for The Honest Designers Show. And remember, we're now on social media too if you search for Honest Designers. If today's episode helped you, then it would mean so much to us if you took just a moment to leave us a quick review over on iTunes, as this is one of the best ways for other designers to discover the show. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week right here on The Honest Designers Show.